Iovino's visit taught me how the Anthropocene could help us understand both the heady scientific debates and the deeply personal consequences of widespread environmental destruction. In the Zoom visit, Iovino begins her discourse on the Anthropocene by acknowledging that geologists still scrutinize the scientific validity of the term itself. This debate serves as a microcosm of both the usefulness and the shortcomings of science. On one hand, geologists' rigorous studies provide nearly irrefutable and highly specific evidence about humans' impact on the planet. On the other, the rigor needed to observe, experiment, and test theories doesn't offer much context to understand scientific findings. Iovino sees the Anthropocene as a humanities framework that helps us recognize the connections between seemingly unrelated research. The discrete impacts on the environment observed by geologists, biologists, and scientific experts in any field receive a logical through line via the idea of the Anthropocene. Beyond its usefulness in making sense of scholarship, understanding the world through the framework of the Anthropocene offers profound insights into our individual experiences of the non-human environment. The idea of the Anthropocene enables us to, quote, create a huge story, unquote, that helps me make sense of a myriad of changes around me. In Iovino's worlds, we are all, quote, test bunnies of the Anthropocene. The industrial age not only leaves its mark on the geologic structure of the Earth, but also in the, quote, body burden, unquote, of all the pollutants we absorb as individuals. The toxicity found in every modern human's lungs, blood, and endocrine system reflects a more broadly toxic political discourse. Talking about the eco-anxiety of the modern epoch immediately made me think about the muddled regulatory infrastructure of the U.S. When I eat a candy bar, or wear deodorant, or use basically any product requiring any form of processing, it's likely I'm ingesting a substance that was banned in the European Union due to its scientifically measured ill effects on human health. Am I being poisoned when I reach for a snack, clean myself, or try to smell nice? This gets at what I see as the core irony of the Anthropocene. In our desire to provide ourselves comfort, we've destroyed so much of what makes us comfortable, including our own peace of mind. It's interesting and a little sad to hear Iovino call Calvino a, quote, visionary, unquote. What was once a prophetic vision of environmental degradation throughout Calvino's literary career is now just a basic part of the information landscape I've inhabited my entire conscious life. If I describe anyone as a visionary, it would be the person who can best articulate a way out of the current mess we're in. To that riddle, as for many of life's unanswerable questions, I look to film. In Paul Schrader's 2017 bleak masterpiece, First Reformed, we see Ernst Toller, pastor played by Ethan Hawke, in the midst of a crisis of faith, spurred by his church's financial reliance on a local polluting company. As Pastor Toller looks across a landscape mangled by toxic dumping, he posits, every act of preservation is an act of creation. Unquote. This quote works in conversation with a different Pablo Picasso quote. Quote, every act of creation is first of all an act of destruction. Unquote. I see the Pablo Picasso quote embraced everywhere. The modern economic arms race rewards those who create and destroy and punishes those who simply preserve what already exists. This framework ignores the basic fact that the universe tends towards entropy, that things, left to their own devices, fall apart. You may need to break a few eggs to make an omelet, but do we really want to eat the omelet we've made?
Sorrow, no. Sorrow, no. Cause new sorrow